Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. We're going to do your tarot reading today using the fairy tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Rodley Valentine. So we're going to use the 9-card spread. Take a look at past, present, and future energies. They're telling me this reading is going to go out for you. They're saying the next 4 to 6 weeks. So basically this should take you up until eclipse season, which starts for you guys April 30th. We have an eclipse, a new moon eclipse in Taurus. So your overall energy, you have the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Autumn. The 8 of Autumn is definitely about self-mastery. It's about needing more information. In this particular deck, they talk a lot about doing your research, but it's also about being consistent, persistent. It's the mastery. It is bringing things together, creating a plan through educating yourself on what it is that you need to do. It sounds totally like Taurus to me. All right, so you guys have several major arcana showing up here. This is not a surprise considering how much you have going on. All right, so, wow. All right, let's go. Let's go. Your overall energy here being the 8 of Autumn is definitely an earth sign energy, is energy of Virgo. So that's where the research comes in. That's where it's also very much enshrined with energies that are happening right now. Venus and Venus and Mars are conjunct as I'm recording this today. It is March 3rd. They are conjunct with Pluto. They're having a conversation in fellow earth sign Capricorn at about 26 degrees. Almost 27 degrees of Capricorn, which is in trine with the North Node that is in your sign. It is also in energy of sextile, of choice and decision making, of what to release and what to let go of, with the South Node in Pluto, which is also a South Node in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, and it's also about release and letting go. So this is a big decision making point. You've been in this conversation for several months since that eclipse that happened, the full moon eclipse that happened in Taurus at the end of November of 2021. You have the 9 of Spring. Protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. This is the key to the situation. The key to the situation. So you've been working very hard on something. It feels more like a development of a soul growth energy. You've really been, but it could be finances because we have the 8 of Autumn here. So before you go making any big major financial choices or decisions, you'll definitely want to do more research, right? Before you go putting your money into something. But there, because of the other cards that are on here, well, you know, could definitely be about money. There's money, and there's also a spiritual awakening that's happening here. So these could be actually connected in some way for you. Choices and decisions that you are making. So past, present, future thoughts, feelings, actions. I will clarify here in the past in your thoughts. You've been in the hanged man position. This is you looking at things from a different perspective, trying to understand something, seeing things in a new way. It's a pause. It's a break. It's an opportunity for you to get very clear. So what's really funny about that, you can see how lit up his head is, right? When you do inversion, like you do inversion yoga pose or something, when you are in a reverse, all the blood rushes to your head, and it stimulates the thought process. So you're in a different position. It moves the energy backwards through your body. Usually when you're standing in upright, you're in the energy's flowing kind of this way. But when you invert, when you take things and look at things from a different perspective, it changes your energy. It changes the flow of energy. So something, this pause, this break, you've been changing your energy in some way that is actually I can see, very great. So you've been worried about finances in the area of your heart space. It says, follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do and being compensated for creative ideas. But you've been worried about it. When it's the 3 of Pentacles, that is the beginning stage. It often requires you working collaboratively with others. It's like laying the foundation but not having all the pieces in place. For a really solid foundation, I don't know, a three-stool chair is probably more stable than four. But four is often what they consider the stability, but the three provides the growth and the opportunity. That Empress energy, it's the lower echo of the Empress energy. And so there's something you've been trying to grow to bring, obviously, into balance. Because in the area of what you have been feeling blocked about is the 6 of autumn, which is the balance. So it could be a balance sheet. It could be you feel like you're giving more in a relationship than you get back. The relationship could be business. The relationship could be personal. The relationship could be you're spending more money than you're taking in. It's an energetic relationship. There's something where it's felt out of balance. It could be that you're not physically in balance. It could be that you're expending too much of your energy working on something and you're not taking good care of yourself and getting enough rest. There is a need to bring everything into balance, and so feeling a little out of balance has been a struggle for you. And you are being asked, because this is an energy about creating something, you're being asked to find the creative within. In order to transform the situation, you have the sun. And the sun it's plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards, gratitude. It's about finding the joy within. In the energy of allowing yourself to find the joy in the every now moment, to being really present to the moments, not looking too far to the past, not looking too far to the future, but really trying to be ready for this change. So change is coming. When we have the 9 of Wands here is the key to the situation. Change is coming. It is ending of a cycle. 10 of Wands means the cycle's over. You get to set down the burden. You get to move on, turn the wheel, move to a new phase, right? So you're in this energy right now preparing for a big change. And it's taken some time to have to look at things from a different perspective, to create the balance, to create the growth opportunities for yourself in some way. So maybe you're changing careers. Maybe you're getting to literally move. Maybe you are looking to develop a new relationship, or maybe this is a spiritual growth development thing, but you are wrapping up a big cycle as we move through Aries season. That is, if you are Taurus rising, your 12th house, and that would be the time to release and let go of and prepare for the sun moving into the solar return into Taurus. So whether you are a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, when the sun moves into Taurus, that is energy that gives you a burst of energy. It's a pop, right? Especially with the North Node there, that's going to be very much of an energetic oh God, they're showing me ignition. Okay, like a rocket taking off, that eclipse that happens at the end of April, on April 30th. And so there you are preparing for this change, this big opportunity, this big shift that's coming. And I believe it comes with that eclipse energy for you. And so as you're preparing for this, there's a need to create balance to get into the position where you can do this. And how do you do this? By focusing on what brings you the joy. When you choose to move in the pathway of joy, when you choose to do the things that make you happy, that make you feel creative. They're saying creative. So it is when I ever okay, so when I was going through some stuff with them, they were like, you need to create. I'm like, create what? And they said, create anything. So it could be creating order out of chaos in your sock drawer. It could be getting your files in order. It could be planting the seeds in a little garden. So starter seeds in the house right now in order to plant them out into the garden in the summer. There is a need, is seed planting is what it feels like. So seeds of intention. We just have a new moon that happened yesterday as I'm recording this, and that new moon is very potent, and it is working with that energy of Venus and Mars. And so Venus rules your sign, making this very strong energy for you, and you have time right now to go ahead and set your seeds of intention for what brings the joy and the happiness into your life, and understanding that it's going to take strength and fortitude to get there. The action step for you to take is you have the strength card, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, and time to embrace how wonderful you are. And that is what you're being asked to do. Find the joy and the happiness within. change is coming. When you have the North Node in your sign, change is coming. And the thing is that it's moving definitely in a way that is very positive for you and allows you to really get to where you want to go. Your thoughts here is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is interesting because there's really two ways of looking at the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups has a very cyclical nature. The Eight of Cups can be going back to something that you were at before to complete the cycle, because the 8 is not the end of a cycle, a 10 is. So when you have the Eight of Cups and you're choosing to go back to something, it is moving toward what brings the joy and the happiness, the Nine of Cups, and then the emotional fulfillment of the 10 of Cups. So for some of you, it's that. But in order to do that work, you've moved through the 7 of Cups, the energy of choice, of what is it that you really want. And so that is a letting go of things that don't work, choosing a path. And so often you'll hear the Eight of Cups is about releasing and walking away from what doesn't work for you. That is true, but it's also about going back to what brings the joy and the happiness. So oftentimes we get off of the track. We get lost. We get, lost is not the right word. What is the word I want here? We take the scenic route. There are multiple ways to get to where we want to go. Every path has its lessons and its blessings that come with it. But when you have the Eight of Cups energy, it's more like, okay, I've learned the lessons on this path. This path isn't working. I'm releasing this one. And I'm moving back toward center. I'm moving back toward what makes me happy. And so moving in that direction, acknowledging the emotional lessons. When it's cups, it's emotional lessons that you've learned along the way, so that now you can take an Ace of Cups, another cup, right? An Ace of Cups, and fill it up with your joy and your happiness. And when you add it to the lessons and emotional balances that you've created through time, and life experience here, now you get the Nine of Cups, and then eventually there will be another Ace of Cups that you pick up, and you pick that one up and you move forward, and that's how you get to the 10 of Cups. And so that is the energy, and you're thinking about how do I get back to my soul center of happiness and emotional fulfillment. So that's the journey you're thinking about. I think that has a lot to do with this Hangman thing, and the way to get there is by moving in the direction of what makes you happy. In the heart space, you've got the Queen of Autumn, which is the Queen of Pentacles. This could very well be you, but this is that receptive, nurturing energy. She's very much the Empress energy. The Empress is actually all the queens, but this one most closely relates to that bountiful nature of nurturing the seeds that you've planted. So here I feel like you've been planting seeds with this Three of Pentacles, and now it's time to really nurture them in your heart space. What brings you joy and happiness? Nurturing that and working on it. And it says here, be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can make your dreams come true. Moving toward this thing that makes you happy. It could be a job. It could be a new career change. It could be a move. It could be a relationship. It could be an upgrade in your current relationship. So maybe in your current relationship, you've been struggling with communication or finances, or you guys have just been so busy you haven't been spending time together. Well, Venus and Mars are together, and they're saying, no, you need to reconnect with what it is that makes you happy. So if you're in a current relationship and you're having a little bit of a struggle, now is a really great time to make the space to connect again and to strengthen those bonds, right? The strength. Bringing things back to center, because moving forward, you literally have the moving forward card of the Chariot. It's success that comes from dedication and self-discipline. Eight of Pentacles. That is the overall energy. Celebrating your accomplishments and being in the spotlight. Moving forward in a very balanced, again, we come back to the balanced way of the subconscious and the conscious working together, of the thoughts and the actions working together, of the Venus and the Mars energy working together. Venus is very much in Capricorn. She's very much about what is of value to her, self-respect. When Venus is in Capricorn, she is about feeling respected. Gosh, I can't even explain that better than that. I'm a Capricorn rising, And even though I don't have Venus in Capricorn, that need as a feminine energy to be respected for the energy I put forward is very much at play in my life. And so when you have the Chariot showing up, when Venus is having this conversation with Pluto and Mars, she wants to be respected for her contributions. Yes, Mars wants to be respected. Mars is exalted. Literally, Mars is at his point of exaltation during this conversation. Mars is feeling very strong. So the energy of taking action, this Venus and Mars energy working together here. Taking action, feeling respect for how you receive things and how you bring things to you, the way other people treat you, what you receive from others, and taking action that is appropriate, where you also demonstrate this orderliness, this respectfulness, this ability to overcome obstacles, but working collaboratively within yourself or within a relationship, whether it's personal or business. Everything that interacts together is a relationship. So let's take a look at some clarifier cards here for thoughts, and then for feelings, and then for actions. I'm actually going to get you an animal totem to work with their energy. Okay, wow, holy cow. Ooh, you guys, look. You have the magical map shifter. You have the ability to choose the direction that you're going to move in. We have the Golden Palace. This is you moving toward. Look, it looks like that light. See how that light is shining? It's almost like you're choosing to go back to what it is that makes you feel safe and whole. The field of dreams. Again, that would be that 9 of Cups energy that comes after the 8. It is moving in that direction. This feels more like the 10 of Cups, like having gotten there. So you get to choose the direction that you're moving in to get you there by following your heart. And here's something really interesting. You have wide open. And so there's going to be a need for you to be open and vulnerable to risk, to allow others to reach you. It's like stepping off and knowing that you have wings to fly. Wow. My nose is itchy with that one. Okay, let's see here. In the heart space. Also, they're saying that the possibilities are boundless for you right now. The sun is conjunct Jupiter, I think, today too. And so that means that there is limitless energy to work in right now. And that sun in Jupiter is in the energy of choice. It is at about, it is in sextile energy with the North Node right now. And so you have choice and opportunity. Well, for some of you, look, you have caring connections and you have community. And this is you moving toward this golden palace, your field of dreams, going back to what makes you happy. And what going back doesn't necessarily mean going back to a situation or a relationship. It could. But it means going back to who you are inside that makes you happy. Because when you love yourself and you know who you are and you know what makes you happy, then you find an energetic match. Whether it is in the community, the groups, the people that you hang out with, or in a personal relationship. There is a real need to connect to what makes you happy so that you draw and attract to you like energy. Like always attracts like. And so when you're feeling negative and down on yourself, you attract negative in situations that support you feeling down on yourself. When you remember who you are, that you are the divine spark of God, source, universe, whatever you want to refer to this creative energy, when you remember that you came from light, so you are light, you came from love, you are love. You know, it's like you have a bonfire and someone throws in a pine cone and it makes it all pop and, you know, and it shoots out little embers. Well, the embers that come out are fire. They are from the source, and that's who you are. You're an ember. You have the same properties, the same energy. So you can create, and you're supposed to create and manifest. And what you do, the choices you make, creates and manifests the world that you live in. And when we are in Pisces energy, we are all in that creative energy. And we have the spring equinox. And so it moves into that growth and that becoming energy. And so planting your seed of intention as you watch this video now and really moving yourself in the direction that you're supposed to go is all a matter of focusing your energy on what it is, the Sun card, that brings you the happiness. Bringing things back into balance within you. Because as within, so without. When you balance yourself within, you create balance in your exterior world. It really doesn't go the other way. Creating balance in your exterior world rarely brings around the balance inside of you. It is from the inside out. Okay, animal totem for Taurus to be working with. Is that the, okay. Oh, whoa, you guys got a butterfly. What is this? The bear. Look. It is safe to be wide open. You have the bear. Healing, divinity, and invulnerability. You have the strength card. It takes a lot of strength and courage and fortitude within to open yourself up to possibilities. It takes more courage and strength and inner fortitude to be vulnerable than to be self-protecting. Anybody can protect themselves, literally. Anybody can close things off, shut things down, say that's not for me, or I'm going to avoid that because that might hurt. I mean, that's not that hard to do. What's really hard to do is say, I'm going to take a risk and I am going to move in the direction that I believe will bring me happiness. And when I see the bear, this is also about Spirit's got your back. So, and then you have the butterfly. You have transformation. This is joy. This is lightness. This is rebirth. This is coming out of the chrysalis. It's like you've been hanging around in the chrysalis, reorganizing your spiritual DNA, your perspective on things, your way of being, the way of doing, the way of handling things. And now it's time to come out and to shine. To shine. Big transformation. Big transformation. There is an unfolding, they're saying. There is an unfolding that is happening for you. And I think that you really emerge from the cocoon with that energy of the eclipse that's coming on April 30th. And so over the course of the next, 8 weeks, there is going to be a big unfolding if you're willing to allow yourself to be vulnerable and open and bringing things into balance to move forward. So you can catch me on Facebook every day. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that. Comments really help the channel to grow, so if you could leave me an emoji or something like that, that would be amazing. I do have a membership portal. I'm going to do a love and spirituality reading following this, and it seems like that'll be very appropriate for you. So if you want to check that out, that'd be great. You guys take really good care. You have so much happening over the next 18 months, and I feel like things are popping right now. If you will allow yourself to be open and vulnerable enough to move in the direction that brings you true happiness within. All right, you guys take good care. I'll talk to you soon.